While walking in 10 degrees weather, I saw a dog curled up in the snow shaking. I thought she'd been abandoned and approached, but she growled, which I found strange. That's when I saw it. Sticking out from beneath her, a small, pale arm. My heart stopped. I immediately grabbed my phone to call 911. What she was hiding beneath her changed everything. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. I frantically dialed 911 as the cold wind whipped across my face, numbing my fingers. 911, what's your emergency? The operator's voice came through, calm but alert. There's a dog and something. Someone, maybe, in the snow, I said, my teeth chattering. Please, hurry. The urgency in my voice mirrored the urgency in my heart. The operator assured me help was on the way. I knew I had to stay with the dog. The operator's voice cut through my panic, assuring me that help was on its way. Stay calm, sir, and stay with the dog until they arrive, she said. I nodded as if she could see me. I felt a bit of relief knowing that help was coming, but I couldn't shake off the worry about the dog and the tiny arm sticking out beneath it. What had happened here? My heart was pounding as I squatted next to the dog, trying to keep it calm. Easy, friend. I'm here to help, I whispered, hoping my soft voice would coax the pup into trusting me. The dog's growling softened, but its eyes never left mine. It was as if we were silently agreeing on a truce for now. I stayed low, keeping my movements slow and non-threatening. I kept talking to the dog, my voice shaky, hoping to earn its trust. It's just us for now, pup. We've got to stick together until help comes, I said, my breath visible in the freezing air. The dog tilted its head slightly, a small sign that maybe, just maybe, it was starting to trust me. I couldn't stop thinking about what was underneath her in the snow. Onlookers began gathering, whispering, and pointing, their concern matching my own growing anxiety. Is it a lost child? Someone asked. Should we help? Another voice chimed in. I waved them back, explaining that help was already on the way. The growing crowd reminded me that this situation wasn't just heavy on my shoulders. Everyone felt the weight of the mystery beneath the snow. The sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder with each passing second as they approached. I felt both relief and anxiety. Relief because help was near, but anxiety because we still didn't know what we'd find. Hang in there, I murmured to the dog, gently patting its back. The dog remained still, maintaining its protective stance over the mysterious bundle. A police officer named Dan arrived first, quickly assessing the situation and kneeling by my side. What's the situation? He asked, his breath visible. The dog won't leave what's underneath, I explained, pointing. Dan nodded, his brow furrowing as he leaned in closer to get a better look. His presence brought a sense of calm. Someone who knew what they were doing was finally here. The dog remained vigilant, positioning itself protectively over the mysterious bundle beneath it. Dan reached out a hand slowly, speaking in soothing tones. Hey there, buddy, he said softly, trying to win the dog's confidence. But the dog only gave him a low growl, emphasizing that it wasn't ready to move just yet. This case was clearly going to require patience and care. A paramedic named Lisa joined us, her equipment in hand, ready to assist if needed. Her eyes widened slightly at the sight of the dog and the curious scene. What do we have here? She asked. Dan filled her in quickly, and Lisa nodded, prepared for whatever lay beneath the dog. Her calm demeanor and readiness brought another layer of reassurance that everything would be okay. I took a deep breath and stepped forward. I'm Jason, I said, trying to keep my voice steady despite the pounding of my heart. I saw this dog curled up in the snow, and at first, I just thought it needed help. But then I noticed, I trailed off, pointing. Dan gave me a nod, letting me know he understood the shock I must have felt. You're doing the right thing, Jason, he replied. Dan knelt closer, pulling something out of his pocket. Let's see if this works, he murmured. The scent of beef jerky filled the frosty air as he waved it gently in front of the dog. Here, buddy, look what I've got, he coaxed, trying to distract the dog. The German Shepherd hesitated, its nose twitching at the savory smell. I watched, hoping this would help us get a bit closer. Lisa crouched beside me, her hands busy organizing her equipment. Let's take it slow, but we need to see what we're dealing with, she whispered. Her eyes locked onto the object beneath the dog. I could see the trained focus in her eyes. She was ready for whatever lay beneath the dog's protective stance. With Dan gently coaxing the dog, Lisa prepared herself to act quickly if needed. The sight had become something of an impromptu gathering, with people in jackets and scarves forming a ring around us. Their murmurs filled the air, mixing with the crunching of snow underfoot. What's going on? Asked a young man. Is everyone okay? Asked a woman in a knitted cap. Dan gave a brief nod their way, signaling for patience. Their presence was a reminder of the urgency and shared concern for the unfolding mystery. A woman with kind eyes approached, introducing herself as Sarah. She offered us a thermos, and the steam danced out into the cold air. "Thought you all might need some warmth," she smiled, passing around cups of hot cocoa. The gesture, small as it was, felt huge in the icy air. "Thank you," I said, cupping my hands around the warm drink. It was a comforting reminder that we were not alone in this. As I stood there, the cold biting at my skin, surprising warmth spread inside me. The crowd, buzzing with concern and curiosity, wasn't just a group of onlookers. They felt like a community rallied around a single purpose. "We're here for you," a voice called out from the back. The support was palpable, not just in their words, but in the way people were ready to help in any way they could. After a few tense moments, the dog's curiosity took over. Sniffing the air, it eyed Dan and the treat. "That's it, good boy," Dan coaxed. The dog took a cautious step forward. Dan inched closer, his voice calm and steady. It was a small but critical win. Every inch counted in uncovering the mystery below. With the dog momentarily distracted, Lisa leaned in and began brushing away snow beneath the German Shepherd. "Let's see what we've got," she said, working with quiet focus. The dog watched but didn't interfere. Around us, low whispers stirred. "Is it a baby?" someone guessed. "Maybe it's an animal," another said. Sarah returned with blankets. "Here, these should help," she said, wrapping one around me. Just as things were progressing, a news van pulled up. A reporter leapt out, excitement flashing in her eyes. "We've got a live one here," she called to her cameraman. Dan shot me a look unmistakable annoyance. The last thing we needed was a media circus. "We've got this," Dan said beside me, his confidence lifting mine. Dan's steady presence calmed the dog. "Good boy," he kept whispering. Step by step, the dog allowed him closer. Trust was forming. Dan nodded. They worked together, focused and calm. Dan explained the plan, guide the dog away slowly without alarming it. "We'll take it steady," he said. "The dog's just doing its job," Lisa agreed. Their professionalism grounded us all. Realizing my role, I stepped up. "Can I ask everyone to step back a little?" I called. The crowd obeyed, tension thick in the cold air. The dog noticed our gentle tone, its posture softening. "See, we're here to help," I whispered, while Dan added a few soothing words. With a nod from Dan, Lisa edged closer. "We're just going to make sure everything's okay," she said, gently stroking the dog's head. A reporter stepped forward, asking, "Can you explain what's happening?" "We're just as eager to find out," I replied. Lisa stayed focused, ignoring the cameras. As Lisa moved in, a gust of wind blew snow into our faces. "Hang on," Dan called. It was as if nature itself wanted to delay the truth. An older man in the crowd suddenly said, "That dog knows." It's not ordinary. All eyes returned to the shepherd, still alert, still guarding. It was more than a petite was a sentinel. Lisa gave the signal. "Ready to find out?" Dan asked. The air thickened with anticipation. Everyone leaned forward, breath held. This was the culmination of our patience, compassion, and shared determination. As Lisa's hands reached forward, the dog watched every move. Lisa seized the chance and gently brushed snow from beneath the dog while it watched, unmoving but alert. The crowd buzzed with theories. Was it a baby? An animal? No one knew for sure, but the tension grew. The dog stood, its ground, eyes alert, embodying a guardian's resolve. Sarah returned with more blankets, offering silent comfort. The officer's radio crackled, snapping us back to urgency. "We've got this," Dan said firmly. His voice kept us focused as the cameras rolled, capturing every emotion. Lisa leaned in and pulled at the snow-covered blanket. The crowd held its breath, not a sound, just anticipation. The shepherd watched her hands closely, its gaze intense, yet calm. I reached out once more, but a soft growl made me pause. "Easy, buddy," I whispered. Dan gave a reassuring nod. We had to be careful. Lisa lifted more of the blanket. The silence deepened. Then a soft form came into view. Lisa's hands moved again, gently uncovering what looked like a tiny, fragile body. "Almost there," she whispered. The truth lay just beneath, moments from being revealed. Then a gasp. "Oh my!" Lisa's eyes widened. The crowd stirred. Something significant had just been revealed. She looked at me, stunned, her expression speaking volumes before a word escaped her lips. Everyone leaned forward, drawn into the moment. The dog remained ever vigilant. Lisa slowly lifted the final blanket. Instead of a child, we saw a bundle wrapped in fleece, a lifelike therapy doll. The silence cracked as realization spread. Confusion mixed with a new understanding. "It's a doll," someone exclaimed. Relief swept through us, paired with disbelief. The shepherd had protected the object with pure instinct. Her loyalty, though misplaced, was undeniable and deeply moving. Officer Dan stepped in. "It's a therapy doll from a nearby care home," he explained. His calm words brought clarity and quiet awe. Lisa nodded, piecing it together. "A dementia patient must have dropped it during the storm," she said. "No one realized until now." The story finally clicked. The tension melted away, leaving behind appreciation for the dog, the moment, and the humanity we witnessed.